winner over Comrade. Mr. Tiz might be third, just in front of Don't Play. At the head of the others, Alquaz, a big run. Further back is Dawn Success, a very good effort, followed by Lightning Bend, Our Crona, Wong weakened out of it from Card Shark, Shame on You, Planet Ruler, Lig on Arms, and Groucho, not suited by the heavy track, is last in the George Ryder Stakes. An absolutely brilliant ride by Neil Campton on Strauss Brook. He got off the fence at exactly the right time. The horse might have just been feeling lack of racing in the last 40 or 50 metres, but Campton gave him as easy a time as possible, just nursing him to the post. A brilliant ride. And Strauss Brook unbeaten at his 2 starts back from that very lengthy spell. He's an outstanding colt. Strauss Brook the winner, and a very, very good horse in heavy ground. He's going to pay $7.10 and $2.80, trained locally by Bill Evans, who's done a magnificent job with this chestnut colt. Now, second will be Comrade, ridden by Jim Cassidy. Number 13, a place dividend of $3.20. And number 2, Mr. Tiz, one of the New Zealanders' third, Lance O'Sullivan, a place dividend of $4.20. That was the action in the George Ryder, a really top colt, and he's going to prove that now with a Brisbane campaign coming up. Neil Campton, one of the forgotten heroes of Sydney racing, proved today that these veteran jockeys can still mix it with the best of them. Brilliant ride by Neil Campton on the Bill Evans trained Strauss Brook at Rose Hill. And you've seen the action on Wide World of Sports.
The George Ryder Stakes run over 1,500 metres. The correct numbers: punters 16, 13 and 8. Strauss Brook $7.10 and $2.80. Comrade second, $3.20, and Don't Play, there was a photo there for third, and $4.70, number 8. Well done. Okay, and Kenny Callender has a tip for Sydney Race 7. We hope he can get one up this afternoon. It's number 2, Kosh King. In Australian rules football
for Race 7. Manion
Thank you,
Cup.
Max, to Rose Hill for one of the feature events, the Newman Manion Cup, named after a former chairman of the Sydney Turf Club, a man whose contribution to racing for this club was very significant. Now, the horse on your screen is the imported Argentinian champion, Savage Toss, who has an excellent record in his home country. In fact, they called him the equivalent of the Pride of the Pampas when he was racing there. He's now owned by Mike Willis's Transmedia Park stud and carries Mike's well-known colours: white, red sash, dark blue sleeves, red cap. And you've probably already judged, because of the skin-tight jodhpurs worn by the jockey, that the rider is Shane Dye, who prefers those skin-tight lycra pants. As a matter of fact, he's the only jockey in Sydney who does like them. Other riders are prepared to wear the jackets, the silks, but they don't fancy the tight duds, I guess for obvious reasons. OK, that's the situation as we go down to Kenny Callender, whose duds are extremely comfortable despite the wet weather.
You're getting rather personal there about those jockeys, John. I'm starting to worry. Let's look at these prices here on Race 7. I'm running out of money. We haven't run out of time. I'm on the New Zealander Kosh King. Let's look for his price. Number 1, Savage Toss, is at 25 to 1, the horse John spoke of, the imported horse. Kosh King from New Zealand is at 6 to 1 in a wide betting race. Bookies are a little bit more generous. Lord Highbrow Loves the Mud at 5 to 1, almost 11 to 2 now. Scintilla is a scratching. Go Pack almost 6 to 1. Go Timmy was scratched. 11 to 1 Power of Destiny. 10 Shallier. 6.5 to 1 Palace Revolt. She loves the mud as well. The Hippogriff, nice name for a horse. He's at 66 to 1. Dalmatinska, 16s into 15, seems good odds. 5 to 1 Lucky Poppy, another mud runner. 40 Fame the Spur. 14 Reasoning. 16 Discovering. Resounding and Grace Point are out. In the bunker, well, it looks like he is in the bunker. He's at 100 to 1. They're nearly all in. The best caller in the business is here, Johnny Tapp.
Thanks, Keno. The Manion Cup is the race in question, starting in the straight, so the big crowd at Rose Hill will get a double bonus. They'll get 2 looks at them as they come past the stand, and they're all set now as the starter moves over. Starter Billy Dale coming over to release the field in the Newman Manion Cup. Starting at the top of the straight in the bunker, has moved up on the extreme outside of the field, and they look good. Savage Toss, the Pride of the Pampas, facing up well in barrier 9 with Shane Dye on board. Lucky Poppy, ridden by Ken Russell. Now they steady down. Jump at any second. Stalls open, off in the Manion Cup. Kosh King from the inside gate is about the first out. Palace Revolt began well, and so did Dalmatinska, followed by Lucky Poppy. Fame the Spur coming over slowly and steadily from the outside, and Savage Toss cruising up towards the lead, followed by Go Pack and the Hippogriff. Reasoning just behind those, and in the bunker wide as they come to the judge the first time. Now Savage Toss on the outside, got to within about a half length of Dalmatinska as they go past the judge. Running third is Kosh King on the inside of Fame the Spur. Reasoning three deep in the bunker, trap pretty wide going out of the straight. On the fence then is Lucky Poppy, followed by Go Pack and Palace Revolt. Lord Highbrow obliged to race three deep as they go out of the straight, and then Power of Destiny, followed by the Hippogriff, and Discovering is now dropping out last with Chalia second last. That's the order as they race up to approach the 1600 metres mark, and Dalmatinska is the leader. In second place, Reasoning, and running third, Kosh King on the fence. In the bunker next on the outside at a very muddling pace, Savage Toss on the outside of Lucky Poppy. At the head of the others then came Go Pack and Fame the Spur, three deep. Palace Revolt next, followed by Lord Highbrow, Power of Destiny, the Hippogriff and Discovering, and Chalia last as they swing into the back straight, and it's Dalmatinska the leader. Reasoning is in second spot, in the bunker third on the outside of Kosh King, who's getting the run of the race, and then Savage Toss with Lucky Poppy pegged away on the fence. Further back is Fame the Spur. They're very tightly packed. Go Pack awkwardly positioned between horses. Lord Highbrow has to race three deep on the fence. Palace Revolt followed by the Hippogriff. Further back, Chalia, who's starting to inch forward now, followed by Power of Destiny, and Discovering is last as they leave the 1,000 peg behind them. Dalmatinska led about three quarters on Reasoning. In the bunker third, Kosh King fourth on the fence. A length away, Fame the Spur. Savage Toss between horses. Out deep then is the Hippogriff as they come down the side. Lord Highbrow pratted very wide at that point. Lucky Poppy got squeezed back, and then Chalia, Power of Destiny, Go Pack and Palace Revolt, and Discovering is last as they come to the 600 mark, and Dalmatinska led Reasoning. In the bunker running a bit of a race at any old price, followed by Fame the Spur, and then Lord Highbrow. Savage Toss under pressure, and further back the Hippogriff, and Kosh King lost his spot as they turn for home. Into the straight, Dalmatinska the leader. Reasoning in second place, followed by In the Bunker, and then Savage Toss, followed by Kosh King, and Lucky Poppy is coming out of the pack. Dalmatinska still in front of the 200 mark. In fact, he got away from them. Lucky Poppy has Go Pack about to emerge from the ruck, and Lord Highbrow down the outside with Chalia. Lord Highbrow going after them. Chalia wide out, might be dying in a run. Oh, Lord Highbrow sweeps to the lead in the shadows of the post, and Lord Highbrow wins the Manion Cup. Palace Revolt has flashed along the fence to be in a photo for second with Chalia. Fame the Spur and Go Pack are close up, and then Lucky Poppy, Power of Destiny, followed by Dalmatinska. Savage Toss ran an even race. Kosh King disappointing. At the head of the others in the bunker, followed by Discovering, and back towards the tail of the field was the Hippogriff in the Manion Cup of 1990. Many changes in the straight, but eventually Lord Highbrow did best in the heavy ground, even though he had to race very wide throughout. A great effort by the veteran stayer. Lord Highbrow, $6.60 and $2.50. Now Palace Revolt has flashed along the fence late and is in a photo for second, number 9, a place dividend of $2.70, and Chalia on the outside, number 8, Jim Cassidy, a place dividend of $3.30, but it's clear cut 3 Lord Highbrow. Looking at that freeze frame, you'd say Chalia second and Palace Revolt third, even though they have got a couple of strides to go to the winning post on that particular freeze. But Lord Highbrow, what a mighty old horse, and you've had the pleasure of looking at the old warrior on Wide World of Sports.
South Wales TAB dividends for our last race, Sydney Race 7, the NE Manion Cup, run over 2,400 metres. Correct numbers, here they are, 3, 8 and 9. Lord Highbrow, $6.60 and $2.50. Chalia, $3.20, and Palace Revolt, fast finishing, $2.70. Bad luck, Kenny didn't get a winner up this afternoon, but punters maybe next week. In rugby union, Australia has won its opening game of the Hong Kong Rugby Union Sevens tournament. Australia
will ruin the chances of many, including the popular one Stardish Century and Zabeel in the Guineas. Punters sent out the front runner Stardish Century as the easing 9-2 favourite.
Solar Circle along the inside has gone to the lead from Stargazer. Zarbeel's dropping back to third, but Stylish Circle, or Solar Circle rather, is in front and showing the way to Stargazer. And Solar Circle is going to race home with the Guineas. Solar Circle has beaten Stargazer. Zarbeel behind them. Castletown fourth, Fill the Bill, followed by Submariner. Majestic.
The Bart Cummings wet track at 2 good at 13-2 over Stargazer and Zabeel. Now the George Ryder.
The Away now from on the inside, coming home nicely is Shame on You, but the leader now is still Strasbrook with about 100 to go. The inside horse is kicking again, but Strasbrook is just in front of the last little bit, and Strasbrook's in front and will see it through, and Strasbrook races home to win. I'd say Comrade got the second, and either Don't Play may have got the...
2 in a row for the 3-year-old Strasbrook at 6-1 over Comrade and Don't Play. Wong, which won it last year, unplaced at 9-2 favourite. At Sandown, Lee Freedman and George Hanlon each trained a double. George leading in the winner of the Country Cup, Port Phillip, which was one of the best back runners on the day. Now, the first on the card won by the favourite Believe. The second horse, Bourbon Boy, will be improved by his first steeplechase start. Gamine took out the second. It was easy in the betting out to 7-2, but too strong. Centro won the third, and it was a stable Quinella to Lee Freedman, with Tressette edging out the favourite Regal Walk for second. The fourth, Stardom Lane, got the money at 6-1. He's a smart stayer. Back to the winner's circle today. And now the Sandown Country Cup. Clint running on. Averted is still making ground. Port Phillip is the leader. Clint a length and a half behind him is starting to reach him, but Port Phillip is going powerfully. He's a length in front of Clint. Port Phillip is holding Clint, and Port Phillip will see it out by a long head to Clint. Third now flying home, My Exile. Might have got it. Port Phillip was back from 6s into 4-1 favourite, well ridden by Kevin Forrester. Race 6 taken by Frontier Boy in fast time, and he survived a protest. Power Prince was favourite in race 7. Flyer Benbara King needing a run. Power Prince is closing, and Northern Copy. Many chances here where Power Prince has hit the front with 150 to go. Northern Copy coming at it now. It's Power Prince. He's about a neck in front of Northern Copy. Power Prince will go home and win it. Power Prince is first. Wall of them for second. Rare Chance and Nija in a photo then. Power Prince at 15-4 in favourite, too strong for these. Rare Chance second, Nija third at 33s. And the final was taken by Mrs. Selleck, first up back from 13-2 into 5-1, ridden by Pat Trotter. Daily doubles today, 11-3, 16.05. Extra, 2 and 4, 13.70. There's the quaddie, $490.40, 4, 8, 6 and 3. And the quad extra, $1,882.55 for 11, 13, 3 and 7.